What's up, food lovers? And welcome back to the channel. Today, we're re-tackling a recipe that is an absolute game changer for all the meat lovers out there. The ultimate 3-meat pizza. Forget takeout, because once you learn how to make this, your kitchen is going to be the best pizzeria in town. We're talking about a perfect crust, a rich tomato sauce, and a glorious trifecta of savory meats. It's cheesy, it's hearty, and it's surprisingly easy to put together. So, grab your apron, preheat that oven, and let's get started on this flavor-packed journey. First things first, let's talk about our dough. A great pizza starts with a great foundation. You can absolutely use a store-bought dough ball to save time. And there are some fantastic options out there. Just let it come to room temperature for about 30 minutes before you start working with it. But if you want that authentic artisanal feel, making your own is so rewarding. I have a full no-knead dough recipe video linked in the description. But here's the quick version. You'll need flour, water, yeast, salt, and a little bit of olive oil. Just mix it all together, let it rise for a couple of hours, and you've got a beautiful bubbly dough ready to go. The key is not to overwork it. A gentle hand gives you that light, airy crust we all crave. Once our dough is ready, it's time to shape it. Lightly flour your work surface and your hands. Please, do not use a rolling pin. A rolling pin will press out all those beautiful air bubbles we worked so hard to create. Instead, we're going to use our fingertips. Start from the center and gently press outwards, creating a rim or a cornisone around the edge. Keep pressing and stretching, rotating the dough as you go, until you have about a 12-inch circle. If it starts to spring back, just let it rest for a few minutes. Patience is a virtue in pizza making. Transfer your shaped dough to a piece of parchment paper or a lightly oiled pizza pan. This will make it much easier to slide into the oven later. Now for the sauce. You can use your favorite jarred pizza sauce, but making your own is incredibly simple and tastes so much better. All you need is a can of good quality crushed tomatoes, a clove of minced garlic, a teaspoon of dried oregano, a pinch of salt, and a drizzle of olive oil. That's it. Just stir it all together in a bowl. No cooking required. The fresh, vibrant flavor of an uncooked sauce really shines through after it bakes in the hot oven. Spread a thin, even layer over your pizza base, leaving about a 1/2-inch border around the edge for that crust to puff up. Remember, less is more with sauce. Too much will make your pizza soggy. All right, let's move on to the star of the show, the meat. For our ultimate 3-meat pizza, we're using a classic, unbeatable combination: pepperoni, Italian sausage, and bacon. This trio provides a perfect balance of smoky, spicy, and savory flavors. For the Italian sausage, you'll want to cook it beforehand. Just crumble it into a skillet and cook over medium heat until it's nicely browned. Drain off any excess grease. For the bacon, I find it's best to cook it until it's crispy, then crumble it into small pieces. You can do this in a pan or even in the oven. Pre-cooking these meats ensures they perfectly done and won't release too much oil onto your pizza while it bakes. The pepperoni can go on as is. It's assembly time. First, the cheese. The foundation of any good pizza. We're going with a generous layer of low-moisture, whole-milk mozzarella. I highly recommend buying a block and shredding it yourself. The pre-shredded stuff often contains anti-cacking agents that prevent it from melting as smoothly. Sprinkle that beautiful mozzarella all over the sauce. Be generous. Now, for our glorious meats, start by scattering your cooked Italian sausage crumbles evenly across the pizza. Next, add your crispy bacon bits. And finally, arrange your pepperoni slices. Tss. Don't be shy here. This is a 3-meat pizza, after all. Feel free to overlap the pepperoni a bit. As it bakes, it'll shrink and get those delicious crispy edges. we are ready for the oven. For the best results, you want your oven as hot as it can possibly go. I'm talking 500 to 550 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 260 to 290 Celsius. You have a pizza stone or a pizza steel preheated in the oven for at least an hour. This intense bottom heat is what gives you that crispy, perfectly cooked crust. Carefully slide your pizza, parchment paper, and all onto the hot stone or steel. If you're using a pan, just place it on the middle rack. Now, let it bake. It's going to cook fast, usually between 8 to 12 minutes. You looking for a crust that's golden brown and puffed up, and cheese that's completely melted, bubbly, and maybe even has a few lovely brown spots. Once it's baked to perfection, carefully remove the pizza from the oven. The smell in your kitchen right now should be absolutely incredible. Let it rest for a minute or two on a cutting board before you slice into it. This allows the cheese to set up a little, so you don't have all the toppings sliding off when you cut it. You can finish it with a little sprinkle of red pepper flakes for some heat, or some fresh basil for a touch of freshness that cuts through the richness of the meats. Now, slice it up with a pizza cutter and get ready to enjoy the best homemade pizza of your life. That crispy crust, the savory sauce, the melted cheese, and that powerhouse combination of pepperoni, sausage, and bacon. It is pure pizza perfection. And there you have it. A very own, from scratch, ultimate 3-meat pizza. It takes a little bit of effort, but the payoff is huge. It's the perfect meal for a Friday night, a party with friends, or anytime you're craving something truly satisfying. I hope you give this recipe a try. If you do, let me know how it turned out in the comments below. What are your favorite pizza toppings? I'd love to hear your ideas. Thanks so much for hanging out with me in the kitchen today. If you enjoyed this video, do you teens forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more delicious recipes every week. Until next time, happy cooking!